Well, good morning and welcome to the Sudoku channel. This is Oliver coming to you from Youghal by the Sea in Ireland over here in Europe. A little bit nasally at the moment, still recovering from the flu, but back in harness at least, and sorry for the delay. It is now the 12th, this is Thursday, so I'm very late coming up with video 2. I've been looking at all your comments and yep, all I could see everywhere was simple little comments like, because of the uniqueness we can get rid of this, and that really blew my mind. So I've spent the last couple of hours trying to understand uniqueness. Now, if you're new to it like myself, there is a tutorial down below us, tutorial number 19, which talks about unique rectangles, and it only shows the basic one, the type 1. And I think what we have here is a type 4. So have a look at that one first so that you understand it. And the uniqueness is here in these cells. This cell here, this one, and down here. Here we have a 4848. And suppose we didn't have the 1 and 3 there, and we didn't have the 5 there, we'd also have another 2 4/8. So that is illegal. And then we have to try and work out, well, what can we do so that we can guarantee we won't have that 4/8? Well, part of the uniqueness here is we only have 2 4s. And because we've only got 2 4s, it means we must have a 4 here or here. There's no other option. We have to have a 4 either in this place or this place. And because of that, it means we can't have the 8 here or here, right? And so to guarantee that our puzzle is unique, we can get rid of the 8 there and there. Okay, that actually leaves another 2 8s this way. Now, if I get a chance to do it, I'll actually go through, I'll set up a couple of tutorials, but in the meantime, well, here's the one that I've been genning up on. It's Sudopedia enjoysudoku.com/uniqueness_test.html. And they're using uniqueness there of a 2727, 2727, and then you've got an extra here of an 8 and a 4. Now we've got more digits, but that doesn't matter. It still is the same test. So that is one that you could have a look at. All right. And let me get back to what we were doing now here before. Oh yes, on the 5s, there's a nice singles chain here that we can use. So if this one is not a 5, then this one has to be the 5. If that's a 5, then within this house, this cannot be the 5. And if that's not the 5, then this is the 5, which means it can see this 5, and we can also see it from here. So going backwards, you must be able to do it both ways. If that's not a 5, then this one is a 5. If that's a 5, that's not a 5. If that's not a 5, that is a 5. So either way, this one or this one will be a 5, and we can get rid of this 5 here. And that gives us a 3-4 conjugate pair, which we get rid of the 3 and the 4 in that house. And now we're left with a triple along there. Now there's another fairly simple singles chain and very similar to the last one that we did, but this time based on the 4s. If we go down to the bottom right hand corner, this 4 here. So if that's not a 4, this one is a 4. If that's not a 4, then within the house, this is the 4. And then within the row, if that's the 4, then this is not the 4. And the beginning and the end of that chain points to this one here. And we can go back again. Not a 4, it is a 4. Not a 4, it is a 4. Works both ways. Therefore, we can get rid of this 4 here. Now, that now gives us 2 4s in this row. And since we have 2 4s in the row, we can't have any other 4s because this is where the 4s have to be. It'll be either here or here. So we can get rid of that 4 there. That means we now have 2 4s here in the column, 2 4s here in the column. Right, now people have been talking about getting rid of an 8 in this column. And I think it's this 8 here. And there is a way of proving it. If we look at this 4/8 here, this 8, it'll either be an 8 or it won't be an 8. That's quite simple. If it is an 8, then this is not an 8. So then you just have to try and prove, well, if it's not an 8, how can we show that this one is the 8 and not this one? And the only way to do it really is, if that's not an 8, then this one is an 8. If that's an 8, it's not a 4. If that's not a 4, it is a 4. And if that's a 4, it's not a 1. And there are only 2 1s here, which makes this one the 1. Because if that's not a 1, then this one has to be the 1. If that's the 1, then this cannot be the 8. So it's not really a chain. Excuse me. Sorry, still down for the flu. So that's one way of proving it, and some people mightn't be too keen on that. So there's another way I was thinking of proving it, and that is going back to Sudoku. Excuse me. So go to use the colors. What we're going to say, well, suppose it is an 8. So orange is 8, which means purple is going to be not an 8. So if that is an 8, then it won't be a 5, it won't be a 1, and that one will not be an 8. Down here, we won't have an 8 down here either. Going back now to setting things on. If that's not an 8, then it is a 4. It's also an 8 down here. And let me just put in now. Therefore, that cannot be an 8. Okay. As we said before, there's only 2 1s here. So if that is not a 1, then this one here must be a 1, which means it can't be a 4 and it can't be a 3. And because of this 8, we can't have a 4. We now have no 4s in this house. So if we don't have an 8 there, we get to an impossibility here. Therefore, it cannot be an 8. It must be a not an 8. All right? So that is, look, that's me finished. That's 2 ways of proving that that one there cannot be an 8. All right? So let's get rid of that 8 and see where we go from here. All right? So that's not an 8. And we now have 2 8s this way. That not being an 8 means that this one here must be the 8, and I know I'm going to make a mess of this, and this one then is not the 8. I think there was a 5 there, and that 5 was linked to this one, so that becomes the 5 in this row. We don't have an 8 here. We have a 3 9 3 9. Okay, we have a 5, and that'll get rid of that 5 there. We now have 2 5s that way. Sorry, I just have to go slow on this because I'm not sure if this will actually start us out. We have 2 5s that way. That 5 there will get rid of that one, giving us 2 5s here and 2 5s that way. Well, no, lads, that didn't sort me out. We also have 2 8s along there that way. Got a couple of 8s in here, 2 8s this way as well. I was afraid we would get stuck all right. We've got a 3 5 3 5 there. Just know it's got a 2 9 2 9 2 9 2 9 2 9. I'm wondering, can I do something with that? Down here there's 2 3 9s. Ah, yeah, of course. Look, 2 9 2 9. That means we can't have that 2 there. So get rid of that one, giving our 2s across that way as well. And no, we've got 3 8s there. Oh, this way we've got 2 8s. 2 8s that way, so we can't have an 8 there or there. Giving us 2 8s that way and 2 8s there and 2 8s. God, we've things everywhere. Can the 8s do anything for us? 8 that way. 8 that way. An awful lot of binaries here. Ah, come on, we should be able to do something with all these binaries. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. We can get rid of that 5. Here. It's a pairs chain. Not a 5, it's an 8. Not an 8, it's a 1. Not a 1, it's a 5. Get rid of that 5 there, which leaves us with 2 here again. Okay. Oh, it gives us an 8. And it also gives us... this way we only have a single 5, so that becomes our 5 there. Right, we got going again. And the 8 gets rid of that one, which means this is the 8 now for this column. Not an 8 there, which means that becomes the 4. Ah, sure, look, that 4 is going to go. We'll have the 8 up there. We have the 4 gone here. 4 gone conclusion, giving us this one here is a 4 and not a 5. Now we need to be careful with that. We already have 2 5s here. That 5 that we got rid of was actually paired with this 5 over here. So this becomes the 5 for the row. That 5 gets rid of that one. And what else? I think we got rid of a 3. We did. We got rid of a 3. So this becomes the 3 and not the 8. which means this is going to be the 8 for that house. That 3 will get rid of that one down here. I think we are there or thereabouts now at this stage. We have an 8 here, and after all this we have a column finished, aren't we? Absolutely amazing. 2929 there, 2929. Oh, got a lot of them. We'll put in that 8 there, and I'm not sure if we're going to finish on this. We're running out of stuff. No one's there, no one's there. Oh, we've got a 9 over here. We'll take that one now. That 9 there, which means we get rid of this 9 here, but that 9 gets rid of that 9 there as well, giving us a 3. Getting rid of that one. Gets rid of the other 3s in here. Might as well do that before we forget. And we get rid of a 3 here. The 3 up here we get rid of, giving us the 4. And that 4 will get rid of that one, giving us another 3. And that 3 will get rid of that one. I thought there might be another one down there. But in here in this house we have 2 3s. Oh, wait a minute. Up there we have a 1, so we can't have a 1 there. That has to be the 5 for there. And getting rid of that 1 means that this has to be the one for this cell here. Putting in that 1 gets rid of that, making that the 3. Getting rid of that one, make this one the 4. Anything else? We have a 2929. Something else here. 2929 and a 35. That 5 gets rid of that one, giving us a 3 here. And 2 3s will go west there, making an 8. Yeah, we are there. That's alright. And a 5 gets rid of that one, and there are only 2 5s here, so that's the 5 for that column. 3 here, we stuff it in, and there should be something else. That 5 there gets rid of that one, giving us a 1. But firstly, you get the 3 there, and now we do the 1. 2929, 2929. That's all those. We have a 4. And now I think we need to slow down a bit. Going a bit too fast there. Where was I? Oh yeah, that 4 means that we can't have a 4 here. But we have a 2. We'll take that 2 there. Now it gets rid of, oh sure, we're going to have another 4 down there. Gets rid of that 2 there, and a 1. Gets rid of that one there. And we have a 5. Stuff it in. We have the 8. Doesn't do any difference there anywhere. This 4 gets rid of 2 4s there. We have a 2 now. And that's going to give us a 9 up at the top. Clear up this house, giving us a 2, giving us a 9 there, and a 2. Up there. God, I'm getting tired. I have to go back to bed. 3838. 3838, of course, that's going to get rid of the 3s there and there, giving us the 1. Getting rid of that one, giving us a 4. Gets rid of that 4 there, making this the 4. We have 1313, which means that can't be a 1, and that must be a 9. 2 there, got rid of that one, giving us a 1 there. And this 3 4 4 down there, that one must be a 3. This one we should be able to do. 3 8. There's an 8 there, so that has to be the 3, and that has to be the 8. Now the 1 3, we have a 1 up there, that has to be the 3, and this one then has to be the 1. Well, I was going to say in the heel of the hunt it wasn't all that difficult, but it was. And the only reason, the only reason it wasn't too difficult is because I'd already read all your comments. I think if I had tried to do that on my own, I'd still be looking at it. So thank you all very much for your comments. You made life a little bit easier for me, and I was able to get this finished at least before Friday. Now, I'll be honest with you, I'm not going to have another Sudoku ready for you for tomorrow. It'll be another couple of days, I'm afraid. Okay, so this one is finished. If you like it, don't forget to do the thumbs up. Comments are always welcome. The next one will be out in a couple of days. I'm not sure exactly now when. Probably, realistically, it'll probably be Sunday. Okay, so sorry for the delay on that. I hope you enjoyed this one. It was a nice one to get our teeth into. Thank everybody for your comments, especially Ramakrishna. That was a really detailed and fantastic description that you gave. I was going to base it on it, but I just wanted to go and do a little bit of my own stuff at the same time. But thanks to you all for all your comments, and I'm sure people gain an awful lot by reading them. And who was the other person there that gave a comment? Oh yes, Anne. If you want any more information, I gave you some comments there on how to use that software. If it's not really, if you need more information, just come back to me and I will make a video for you. All right. So now don't forget to give to subscribe, thumbs up, comments, and click the bell, and then you know when the next one comes out. Okay. I'll see you soon. Slán tamil.